Good morning. Good morning. It's ridiculously early. This is the other paper book that I got here last year or the year before, maybe. And it is a Flow product. Oh, I like these. I don't think there's anything in here I can use for nocturnal. These are still my favorite pages. Kind of like, I think it's collage. Photographed. I think if I recall, oh gosh, look at that. If I recall correctly, this is divided. Oh, these are stickers. I forgot about these. It's divided into like 4 topics. Oh no, I do remember this one too now. Yeah, look at this collage. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Tiny little pieces. Tiny little pieces. Yeah, this is more like a watercolor section. Okay. That was fruitful. Now, nocturnal is the prompt. And I do have that Halloween, is it collage soup or something else? But it's all black and white, which is the obvious. I don't think this is collage soup, is it? No, pour toast. Wonder if she has any more. Like, I need another one. Oh, we could do a bunch of candles. Oh, that would be kind of fun. I think this is one. Yeah. Order off of Amazon and they print it. Kind of like my book. It's done. It's done. It's a Christmas one. I'm going to submit it this week. And hopefully it all gets accepted and I don't have to correct anything. I really do think I want to do a bunch of candles, but kind of, okay, this page has stuff taken out of it already. Here's one. And one of us has a new family member. Yay! Oops. I kind of want to use paper that's already torn. Except that's a good candle. Oh, here's a good street light, but that's not torn yet either. It looks like from pictures everybody's healthy, hopefully. That's all we can hope for is new life, good health. That's candles, but it's all cut up already. I love this book. I did not go and get G-Dog, which is what we're calling him because I'm afraid of his name and social media. And we had a massive storm, which I guess most people along the East Coast have had a massive storm. It was, I have plastic pumpkins, like the trick-or-treat pumpkins, on the stairs, and they are full. It rained that much in less than 24 hours. All my pumpkins were overflowing, so who knows how much we got. Several inches. Here's a good candle, but that's, again, maybe I only get one candle out of this. Here's another good one. I don't want to cut paper apart because I love all of these backgrounds. I mean, like, that's not my style. That's not my style. That's too creepy. So some of these, admittedly, I could probably cut. Oh, I love that lamp. But see, I love that. And I want to leave it whole in case I want the whole thing. So, yeah, there was a reprieve about, I guess it was about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and I ran out, I got gas in case it was raining this morning when I left. But everybody, there were a lot of trailers that would have left. What is today? Oh no, that was Sunday. Today's Monday. That would have left early in the morning yesterday. And I guess the park here let them stay a little bit longer because the weather was so bad. And people couldn't get in as easily. Nobody was coming in quickly. So they let them stay because, I mean, some of these trailers are gigantic. And they would have been blown all over the place or swaying on the roads. I remember swaying being a huge, ooh, here's a good lamp. Huge factor from camping is that a lamp or a jar? Oh, we're going to go with, oh, here's a flame. Okay. Anyhow, I couldn't believe how many people were out moving around, but it started raining again, and it's very windy right now. Very. This house sways because it's very tall. Because technically I'm on the 3rd floor. My craft room and bedroom and everything are on the 3rd floor because the house is on stilts because of hurricanes. Ow. Ooh, I pulled my back yesterday somehow too. All right, let's see. But anyhow, everybody was out walking dogs and moving trailers and getting golf carts moving around and walking, and because it was just the first time we've been able to move in more than 24 hours without massive storms. All right, this is a little pile of stuff. I'm going to go through here and see if there's anything I want to use. Ooh, what is that? Art supplies printed on vellum from home. Huh. Maybe. I don't know. Ooh. These beautiful watercolor ballerinas, but they're not exactly nocturnal. Well, that could be. Okay. I got a really nice comment from a new subscriber saying how much, oh, look at these sheep. This came from Ireland. But that was nice. Oh, here's these bookmarks I was telling you all about. My granddaughter and I made tons of these. And we named them all. Here's Half Dots. 2014. 11 years ago. Wow. She was 3. But I let her just go willy-nilly with paint. And then we put Mod Podge over them. And laminated some of them. Or put double-sided tape. No, I guess we put clear contact. I'm getting clear contact paper today. Oh, that's a pretty one. Half dots. There's a half a dot. Oh, that's pretty too. Oh, these are all called half dots. Oh no, here's the names. These are so much fun. Seaweed Skittle. I think I let her make some of the names. She must have been eating Skittles. As a good grandmother would give her grandchild at 4 Skittles. Red color box. These rainbow stripes. These bring, oh yeah, look at that. These bring back so many memories. LSU blues. We beat LSU. Oh. Skittle in a hurricane. I do think I let her name some of these. Sarcastic quotes. That's kind of abstract. Okay, these are fun. I need a bookmark, actually. I think I'll keep that one out. Because there's nothing like a good... Ooh. A stack, which I love. Dots, circles, which I love. Grunge, but a pretty colored grunge. And crooked paper. It's always crooked for me. Okay. I'm using that one. I don't know if I have any more left. But we just painted. Oh, that's pretty too. We just painted. I let her paint. When she was little, oh gosh, that's gorgeous too. She loved to do crafts. Now she is too good for most anybody. Oh, look at my sheep. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. It is fun going through old stuff. Oh, there's a green ghost. Might save that in case we have green ghost as a prompt. Can't remember. Ooh, here's some good circles. Okay. I don't remember a lot of this stuff. Traveler's Notebook Kit. KP. Kelly Perky. That was one of the first kit. That was the first kit I ever got. Here's a good piece of paper that's dark, except there's Elvis Presley in a cowboy suit. Might keep, you never know when you might, I don't know, Elvis might make an appearance. Who knows? Our football players were dropping like flies the first half. Injury, ankles and knees and shoulders and, ooh, that's pretty. A bunch of trees. Okay, here's something dark. That looks like Tim Holtz. That's more green. But I'll put it in the green. I mean, in the Tim Holtz. Ooh, this is good. We might just make a abstract collage here with nocturnal colors. Here's a good gray. But I went to bed early because I thought, oh, I can't watch another. N-O-C-T. I spelled nocturnal. U. Where's my book? You might be able to spell nocturnal. Yeah. U-R. I only have one N. We might make it work though. Okay. Cocoa Daisy. What is this? Oh. This is some paper. My goodness, this is taking me back. I'm going down memory road here. This is paper that I wove and then I printed it and it's on sticker paper. Huh. Oh. Ooh. I printed these. The first year I had a YouTube channel, which was 2017. And I printed these at Kinko's or one of those places, but I couldn't get the alignment right. I must have printed like 12 pages of this, or I couldn't get the copier to stop printing, or so, I don't remember. But that's going to be used because that just takes me back. Every once in a while, I still find some of this. And I got this picture off of Pinterest 150 years ago. Like I said, 2017. But I don't, oh, this was from last year. Oh, here's some, these we just used, but I could get away with using that one. My paper pile from, ooh, that might work too. That one could work. My paper pile from here. It must have fallen on the floor or something and I picked it up. Okay. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, you know what? I think I can only use one side, right? Yeah, because I made that resting spot. Okay, that makes it easy, a little easier. Okay. So, kind of do something like that. Do something with these. Maybe cut this in half. Or maybe just this one dude. He's all in black. And he's a little frightening. Let's cut him out a little bit more. Sometimes these are the most fun. You just start going through your paper pile. And you're like, okay, this is the right color. This is the right color. This is the right shape, or this is the right shape. This is where being a quilter, don't throw that away. You never know. Being a quilter comes in handy. I don't want to exactly match up points or seams or anything like that. But you see shapes, I believe, a little differently. Okay, I need my size correctly. This is a well-loved traveler's notebook. Writing board, or whatever you call these things that you can... I think this is the first one I ever got. 2016. That's when it was still, yeah, Traveler's Company. It wasn't, but it does say Traveler's Notebook on here. A collaboration with Pan Am. But I mean, it has paint all over it, but I love this one. It's an old friend. Okay. But this is still a little narrow. However, I do have this. And this is about the right height. Okay. And width. Okay. We're going for it. I can hear and feel this house shaking. Ooh, it's a little, so I'm kind of glad I didn't get the dog, because these kind of storms terrify him here. He can feel the house shaking very easily. Still a little narrow, but he does not like that feeling, and he wants to lay on the floor in a corner somewhere. Okay, that's good right there. Sort of. And he just shakes. We're going to go with this. Okay. And I'm going to try to use the pieces as they are, just to see what happens. Nocturnal. I'm not going to use these because they're brown and it's going to mess with our flow. Just kind of collage. I can't use this because it's too much color. But that would have been good for eclipse, like phases of the moon. Okay. I don't know if we'll use Elvis. We are definitely going to use this, though. And we could use this maybe as like some kind of tip-in, something or other. Even though I said we're going to use them like they are. See, this little boy could be floating. Boy, girl, I'm not sure what it is. Now, he needs to be holding a candle. I think I'm just going to go with this one because it's long, elongated, it's narrow. And I'm going to glue these down. Oh. Diane Keaton, one of my very favorite actresses, has passed away. Ooh, that side's actually a little bit more interesting, but we're going to go with this. And it said she had been recently sick, and it just got worse. And that's all I've seen so far. And I'm sure, you know, her business is her business. But you know what? If you can not suffer and not make the people suffer around you, more power to you. And that she strikes me as that kind of person. If it can't be fixed, just let me go. That's what my mom did. She had somehow beat stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma after it was detected at stage 4. But she still had all this back pain, and we couldn't figure out, doctors couldn't figure out why. She was back in the hospital again because it was so bad. And one of the doctors decided to get another opinion and said, let's do a spinal tap, for lack of a better term. I'm not sure. I can't remember what they called it. And come to find out, her cancer was not detected. She had all this back pain, and I don't know why I'm talking about this, but we kept going and going and going, and nothing could be figured out. Finally, after 4 or 5 emergency room visits and all that entails before you have cancer, aka waiting for hours in an emergency room, having issues in the lobby, and still not getting, ahead in line at all. And people, I really was very upset with our medical system at that time, because truthfully probably still am. I mean, it was first come, first served basis. I know, I get it. But I don't know why people that have like broken fingernails go in ahead of people throwing up on the floor that are in their, obviously, senior citizens and in a lot of pain. Okay, we're going to keep that too. We might use that actually. But they do. And finally, several months, a blood test came back with the cancer numbers showing. Finally, we had a target, and her oncologist was fabulous, which was just the luck of the draw. And from Arizona, I'll never forget her. Anyhow, so we had a way to move forward finally, and she said it's and she had stuff in her pancreas too. We really never got farther than, well, we did get farther than stuff because she had it operated on, and part of it removed because somehow she made it into remission. My mom was always somebody that had an ability of mind over matter, and I swear she willed it away. But, oh dear. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Ooh, now see, that can be used for something. Anyhow, after she was in recovery, the doctor said, we're just going to prolong everything so that you can have your last holidays with your children. My sister from California flew in, and my dad had he was very sick also, but he had COPD and advanced diabetes that was eating away at his body, and dealing with all that. And we didn't know about he hid the COPD from us for like 6 or 7 years, so it was already in a really bad place. And that's when I started going to the doctors with him. I'm like, you want to be independent, but you got to be truthful too. Okay, that's our background paper. Even though this is like the highlight, that's like to demonstrate nocturnal. Anyhow, so we had one sick, one very sick, one with cancer, with no hope. So we kind of, got through the holidays. My sister came, my nephew came. We got through the holidays, got into January. those two went back to California. And the oncologist said, all right, do you want to address your pancreas issues? Because we already knew there was stuff in her pancreas, but it could be removed surgically. Ooh. Those parts could be removed surgically. She's like, yes. So, all of this because of Diane Keaton. We had her operated on, and I think she was in the hospital. She was recovering from the operation because they took her very slowly through recovery because of what she had just gone through, chemo. And her back pain was flaring up in the hospital, and the oncologist said, you know, let's have somebody else look at this. And some back pain guy, I don't know what you call him now, I can't remember, said, all right, are you willing to do some kind of spinal tap exam where they take fluid out of your backbone and analyze it? And he said, you have cancer in your spinal fluid. It's like, stop right now. Is there any? And her oncologist, to her, a massive blessing, was fabulous. Really, really, really got my mom. Ooh, I didn't expect to get emotional. Anyhow, at this point, my dad had passed away. And this was all a period of about a year. My dad had passed away very recently, and we'd just gone through all of that and had him cremated. And my mom went home on hospice and morphine. We had a fabulous, as most everybody does. I don't know how you could be a hospice nurse. Those people get gold medals in my book every day. Anyhow, she kind of was, as they do, walk you through, you know, you're in this stage, you're in this stage. And we got to that conversation where she said, okay, this is where we're at now. And we said, okay. My sister flew out. Well, I think she flew out when my mom said, that's it. Anyhow, all of this to say, within 2 weeks, she was gone. My mom and dad died within 6 weeks of each other. We told the guy at the funeral home, you know, my mom's on her way. And when we came back, he goes, boy, you weren't kidding, were you? I'm like, nope. And it was the most of a blessing you can give someone. I'm not going to make you suffer. I don't want to suffer. And my husband and I both said right away, if it was our choice, this is how we want to go to. Anyhow, I believe Diane Keaton was that kind of person too. If it's impossible, just, you know, don't make me suffer and don't make the people around me suffer. And anyhow, I watched First Wives Club last night. And the one she does, the movie she did with Jack Nicholson, where they end up getting married. Oh my God, I love that movie. Something's Gotta Give. Something like that. I can't remember. Jack Nicholson is a womanizer, and he has a heart attack at her house while he's dating her daughter, Marin, which is funny. Spelled Marin, where I'm from. Grew up. Oh my God. Apparently, I can talk through grief. In an artistic way. That's really weird. But again, I was not thinking. Nothing was thought through except for a color scheme. But I absolutely love this. Anyhow, my heart, she had 2 adopted children as a single mother, I think. Oh, I love this. I don't know what I can use that on. Do I have like a monster? Tomorrow is Evil. Skeleton Park. Apparition. Yuck. Spiders. Ooh, that could be a spider. Oh, Whiskers. Elixir, Dungeon, Nails, E.T., Scarecrow, Disguise, Attic, Yellow Moon, Stake. I think that might be Spider. I don't know. That's kind of cool looking. I see arms and legs. Anyhow, my heart goes out to Diane Keaton's family. As if they, maybe, one of them watches this channel. Anyhow, I had a very nice comment from a new subscriber. So thank you for that. That was very nice. I don't usually use a lot of names on here because I don't really have permission. And I'm very leery now, especially since I got kicked off last month. But I do believe, never mind. I can't say what I believe that was. Oh. This is really so easy. But a good reason to keep scraps. There is so many layers here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4 in some places, 2 in some, 3 in some. But that's nocturnal, and I love that. Should I write nocturnal someplace? I'm not touching it. And even though there's white that was on the border of that paper, I'm leaving it there because it kind of separates this pretty well. And then tomorrow I have this page. What is tomorrow again? Evil. But I mean, sometimes it's that easy. Oh, I love that. It is really, I don't know. I am so untrained and so, this has started in the last year or two, has started to come naturally. But until then, this was a struggle. However, my bookmarks prove that I have it in me. Was it great-grandmother? Was an artist, trained. I have no training, and I'm not an artist. I don't feel in the sense of an artist. But she was one of the first women to graduate from the University of Michigan, and she was an artist. Long time ago, I took a picture of a project she did in a sketchbook, and you had to take a piece of plaid and put that piece of fabric down and then recreate it, and it is beautiful. I have that framed. My mom and dad had it framed 100 years ago. This was on my dad's side. And then I think my sister in California has a beautiful, like 24 by 18 painting that she did of roses. It's gorgeous. And I'm not sure, I think it was watercolors. I don't even know if acrylics were invented. I guess, were they? Maybe not in the early 1900s, early 1900s, late 1800s. Anyhow, she was quite a lady. So there is, can it skip like 4 generations? three or 4? I can't remember how far back she goes. But I still don't see myself as an artist. Oh, is there a black and white creature on this washi tape? I don't think so. I love this washi tape, but it's hard to use because it's all cartoon drawn monsters in a certain way. Anyhow, okay, stop talking. I think I'm going to go with this. This is Mr. Nocturnal trying to get to his flaming candle. But all of that to say about being an artist or not being an artist, I don't know. I think what I would like to learn somehow, some way now. Oh, there is a bat on here, but he's got pink ears. I don't think I want that though. No, it's too, it'll mess with the flow of this. I don't know if I'm putting these pieces in the right place. I don't know if there is a right or wrong place. I don't know. I sort of know value just from sewing. And looking at this swatch right here on this paper. See, this to me is just stunning. I do know that I love collage. I love scraps. I love Procreate. I will probably now take this and put it in Procreate. I can't wait for my husband to get here. A week from Saturday. So today's Monday. 5 days. And I think they had a crash on a runway in Dallas, Fort Worth, and I'm not sure if that's the airport he's flying into. Every year they've been going to Texas the last few years, but they go in different places. And I think he was in Dallas, wherever the stockyards are, because they took pictures of the cattle drive with the huge longhorns last year. And he's only there for 2 days. 2.5 days. Because the rest of the convention is playing golf, and he is not a golfer. Nor is the lady that works in his associate. She's not either. But she does better schmoozing, and she will, I think their business plan is she will inherit this business that he started 40 years ago. And, or she will buy it from him. I'm not sure how all that goes. He's basically letting her do all the legwork, the contacting, the socializing. So she might stay longer than him. No, I think they fly back together because I worry about him. He has no hearing. He has a cochlear implant, but unless you're standing in front of him looking at him, he can't hear you. He doesn't know behind him he can't hear. So he misses airplane connections and things like that sometimes because he doesn't hear. And I asked him gently, "Are you flying by yourself?" "No, so-and-so is coming with me." "Both directions?" "Yes." "Okay." I said, "Can she keep track of you and keep track of what's going on?" "Yes." So, anyhow, he can help me with my printer. But I will take this and put this in Procreate. And even if I just replicate it and flip it and add it to itself to make bigger and bigger pieces of this same thing, but in different positions. Oh, I love doing that on Procreate. These little guys were made on Procreate. I took a picture of some orange painting, and a stem of the pumpkin is in brown. You really can't tell here. And then so I took separate pictures, put all that together, put it on a gray background, and then put black behind it so that the white border of the torn paper showed through. Super simple manipulation in Procreate, but so much fun. This piece of paper behind this title is black painted paper. And then I put this on top with Procreate. But then there's washi tape. And who is that lady again? I'm going to look that lady up and see if she's... I don't need any more books. Never mind. Okay. But this will be fun to play with in Procreate. And I can even add color on top of it in Procreate. Or print it and paint on top of it. But I have really had a lot of fun doing things like that with this paper. And journal paper that I've made already before. Oh, I didn't put any black thread in here. Hold on. I don't think I want to do stitches. I kind of like... Or I can have thread hanging out of the flame of the candle. Do I want several long pieces or... I kind of think I do because it'll be coming out of the flame. Can I pull this up without messing with it and glue it back down? I might use double-sided tape since I kind of manipulated stuff. But, yeah, I would like my guesses to be more... That's a good way to say it, Beth. I would like my guesses to be more educated in my process, even something like this. However, there is something to be said about not knowing what you don't know, I believe. And not following the rules. I don't follow the rules in quilt making either. And it's funny because I go to a retreat in March. For people that don't know, I go to a retreat in March. And all of those people are massive quilt rule followers. And they look at my stuff and they're like, They're getting used to it though. They're like, I don't know how you do that. And last year I really went off the charts and brought drawings and then recreated the drawings in fabric. And then kind of improvised a lot from there. And they're all like, okay, we do like what you do now. Okay, that one's really floppy, but that's the flame continuing. Better than strings coming out of his head. Oh, I love this. However, he could like have stuck his finger in a light socket. I might do that because these are kind of long. Oh, these scissors. Normally, I would not do this step. But for Halloween, that's the fun of Halloween. You could do stuff that you normally wouldn't do. Because it has a little bit looser parameters, I feel. Especially if you're going with a prompt list like this. However, Bai Bun is doing something fabulous. If you're new here, I really like her. I don't like her. I like her process. Oh, I love that. So fun. Look at all this creepy stuff hanging out. Spider legs. Where does this one come from? Ooh, my stomach's growling. Anyhow, it's becoming quite stringy. Bai Bun is doing paper dolls, but she's merging, because she loves horror movies and she has a great knowledge of horror movies and the characters. She's merging characters, and she's an artist and she can draw. She's merging the characters and making those paper dolls, but then she's including a prompt list from somebody else. And it might be Furry Little Peach in Australia. It's fabulous. And I got a sneak peek at one on her Procreate. No, not Procreate. What's it called? Where you pay for seeing extra stuff. Good grief, my brain. Okay. But it's Tippi Hedren in The Birds, which is right up the road from where I grew up. Not geographically correct. You cannot get to Bodega Bay by going across the San Francisco Bay. You have to go out of the bay and come around. FYI. But as long as that movie's been around, I'm sure I'm not. Oh, I love this. I did not used to like this, but I get the aesthetic now. I've had to backtrack on a lot of my thought processes over the years, not just in art. Okay, stop talking. Love it. Love it. Next time you see me, I will have a dog with me. Cross your fingers, because he's pitiful when his daddy's not around. He has separation anxiety. I have separation anxiety from when my husband's not here. However, I still am able to eat and function. The dog, not so much. But luckily, that's why he kept him. I begged him. I said, can you keep the dog and I'll come get him? Yes. So we're meeting today. But we did not meet yesterday. We were supposed to meet yesterday. But the weather was so bad. And it was going his direction, which usually it goes east. It was coming west. So, all right. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Hopefully, it won't be nocturnal. Thank you for watching. Bye.